Well, welcome back, guys, to the log cabin. I'm in the greenhouse, as you can see, and yesterday it was 80 degrees and we were working on our beds outside, filling lots of dirt, getting them all finished, and today it is freezing cold, raining, and about 40 degrees, so I have my sweater on. I'm curious to know what the temperature is where you guys are right now, because like I said, 80 degrees yesterday here and now it's 40. And one mistake that new gardeners make, and old gardeners, and I know I do it a lot too, is you get excited for spring and you want to get all your stuff out very soon. But you just have to be patient, because peppers don't like to go from 80 to 40. In case you guys are new around here, my husband and I moved off-grid in this log cabin about a decade ago, and we live without any public utilities and we live off rainwater, and our goal was basically to be as self-reliant and sustainable as we could, raising our own food and just kind of living off the land the best that we can. And I guess you guys remember 10-15 years ago we had seen these commercials about like a survival seed storage bank, you know, like in a tube. So Doug went ahead, we were into prepping and all that, and so he had got one of those. And then we had also later on had gotten a Baker Creek catalog, and if you guys don't get your Baker Creek catalog, make sure you sign up for those too. But in the catalog we had found a large heirloom seed package in there and in a can, and it was a whole package of seeds that you could fill your whole entire garden with. Well, Doug and I were cleaning up the other day, and we were underneath the crawl space, and we were getting ready to get everything organized for our root cellar. And you guys stay tuned for that. We're getting close to showing you about the root cellar. But we had found our storage of our seeds. And these seeds we were kind of keeping because we've been saving seeds over these past few years that we've been here. And I kind of was saving these sort of like an insurance policy. So this is a package of heirloom seeds. And the other packet that we had, I think, they were regular type seeds, maybe hybrids. I'm not quite sure what they were, but these are the heirloom seeds. So let's get inside and see what's inside the can. Maybe a little genie will pop out. Now this can, generally on the seeds, it says on here that they'll be good if you keep them under good conditions, temperatures between 4 and 10 years. So we live off grid, it's kind of hot and cold, the temperature fluctuates, so I'm interested to see when we get them out, because I want to plant some of these and see what happens. Lots of seeds. Lots of seeds. Oh my gosh. Look at them all. So it says, a perfect way to secure food supply. Most seeds in the packets will last 4 to 10 years if kept cool and dry. It's a great way to try many of the best varieties. Included are corn, beans, peas, cowpeas, carrots, beets, cabbage, onions, tomatoes, peppers, eggplants, melons, watermelons, cucumbers, lettuce, greens, okra, winter squash, summer squash, radishes, turnips, huckleberries, sunflowers, leeks, amaranth, broccoli, ground cherries, and kohlrabi, on and on and on. So I'm excited. I'm going to try. I've been wanting to do ground cherries. I've never done them here, and they grow very well in our area. So I'm going to do the ground cherries for sure. And I also saw, I saw some like echinacea. I'm going to do a variety of different ones and see what happens. I have some pots, so we're going to try lots of them and watch what happens. All right, here we go. I'm going to, oh, here's tomatillo, purple tomatillos. I'm going to plant these. I'm going to try those. And cucumbers, long, Japanese long, I'm going to try those. Oh, and I'll try the squash, the scallops. I planted those a few years ago. I'm going to plant these again, so that'll be good. I'll try those. Oh, here's Genovese basil. I can never have enough of that. I'll try that. So I'll get a little variety. Got cucumber, squash. All right. See what else I can get. How about sugar baby watermelon? What else do we want to do? Let's try some beets. Chioggia beets, I love those. We'll try those. And what else can we try? Let's try a tomato. What kind do we want to try? Black oxheart, let's try that one. And I think I'll try one more. Let's try maybe 2 more. A melon, and I'll pick a green. What's this one? Endive. Perfect. All right, so I'll try those. Oh, maybe I need 3 more. Can't forget the ground cherry. So I got all my seeds. I'm going to go ahead and plant some of them now. Now some of them I'm not going to plant. The endive, I need to go ahead and plant it in the middle of summer because it will be ready to harvest in the fall. So that's something I'm going to do a little later. And do some of you guys, you know when you get your seeds and you don't use them all, I used to, you rip them and then you couldn't tell what the name of it was. So I'm really good about cutting them across the top now so I can keep the name on there. So these are the long cucumber. Put a few in each one. So normally I'll put a couple in when I plant, but since these are older, just to make sure, I'm going to put quite a few and see what happens in here. I'm going to put lots of seeds in here and hopefully they'll pop up. I'll put quite a few of them in here. See what happens. So let's talk about seeds. As I showed you earlier, the can was an heirloom can of seeds. And a lot of people are kind of confused, what is an heirloom seed? And basically an heirloom seed is a seed that is open pollinated, either be the wind or an insect or an animal could carry it or a person. And basically it's something that it's been handed down. So it has a story. Maybe your parents, grandparents, great-great-grandparents, maybe the community saved it. It's something that has been passed down over the years. And it adapts to your surroundings, and that way it establishes itself and is a very hardy type plant. Now another type of seed is called the hybrid. And those are the ones that you may find in the big box stores. And those are seeds that are control pollinated. So someone, it's a person, is going to take 2 varieties of a plant in the pollen and then we'll pollinate them. And it'll produce a plant that is has high yields and it also will grow better, but it's genetically unstable. And first generation you're going to get really good, but it's genetically unstable. You just don't know what you're going to get from them when you plant them. But if I have a heirloom plant like this long purple eggplant, I know every year I'm going to get a long purple eggplant like this, and it's just going to get better and better to my location. Now another type are open pollinated. Now open pollination is using, of course, the wind, insects, birds, people, and that's how you could go ahead and pollinate that way. Now, heirlooms have to be open pollinated, but for it to be open pollinated, it doesn't necessarily it doesn't have to be an heirloom. So that's just another way. So if you're going to save your seeds, the 2 that you need to look at, you want to make sure it's either open pollinated or it's an heirloom, and that is the best way to save your seeds year after year for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, you will have seeds. These seeds will last me our lifetime. So I'm planting my little ground cherries. See how teeny they are? They're in the little bag here. And I'm excited to grow them because you can make pies and jams and you can also eat them fresh. So I go to the Amish a lot and they grow them over there and I just love them. It's so much fun because they're in the husk, sort of like a tomatilla, and they're a lot of fun. So I always say I'm going to try something different, and this is one of my new things. I'm trying about 10 different things this year, but I'm excited to do the ground cherry, so I hope they work. All right, what else am I going to do? Try some tomatoes. How many of you guys, this is the black oxheart. This is a really good meaty tomato. I planted this years ago and I haven't done it in a few years. So what do you guys think? You like this one? Black oxheart. Leave a comment below if you grow this one. But this one is a good one. And you guys know that it's called the oxheart because it looks like a heart. Just like this, your heart is the size of your fist. So however big your heart is, your fist is that size, and it fits right there, right? So that's how it got its name. Okay. And And let's talk about the different colors of your vegetables that you're growing, because your vegetables don't always have to be red tomatoes like the ox heart. It's a purple tomato. So those purple plants, you know, there's purple cauliflower, purple asparagus, purple tomatillas. You want to look at those purple plants like that, and they're going to give you a little extra of anthocyanin, which is like a super antioxidant that is great to fight against free radicals, helping your cells, helping your immune system. It's just an amazing way just to kind of add a little variety. So make sure you're eating your purple type fruits and vegetables. And there's also the strawberry popcorn. You know, a lot of the corns is really high in anthocyanins, your elderberries. So, you know, definitely look at that. So don't just get the boring old red tomatoes, or even the same thing with the peppers. Everything has purple varieties. So make sure you do that. What am I going to plant next? Now I'm going to plant my Genovese basil. I love basil. It is one of my favorites. I plant it in every single bed because it does help. It's a good companion plant. So you guys aren't companion planting, these different herbs that you plant with them, they all help. They, you know, help deter pests that may be bothering them. So planting lots of things together. If you want to do your tomatoes and your peppers and your onions, I put all my onions on the edge of my beds to help with companion planting. And so doing that really does help when they're growing, and it helps to protect them. Sugar baby watermelon. You guys, what do you like better? Let's take a poll right now. Do you like watermelon versus cantaloupe? What do you pick? Or any of the, like, melons? A melon, the watermelon versus like a cantaloupe or a honeydew or a muskmelon, something like that. So let me know. I would pick watermelon. I think Doug would pick cantaloupe. But what would you guys pick? All right, I gotta write the names down because I don't want to forget what they are. Sugar baby. Now that sugar baby is a #1 icebox size watermelon. And that sugar baby is an early producer, so if you want those watermelons fast, that's a good one to plant. And you know what? When Doug and I moved out here, we had no experience at all about like gardening whatsoever. I mean, I had like a little bitty garden box, a community garden box that we had weeds all over the place. And I mean, I just, over the years, I just kind of learned little by little. And that's what you guys can do too. I know a lot of people get frustrated, but if you just start with some pots on your deck and then move on to maybe a garden bed, you can produce a lot of food in your area. And then the more you get more acclimated with it, you guys can do it. You all can do it. Everybody can grow herbs. Everybody can grow lettuces. Everybody can grow tomatoes and peppers. You guys can do it. So I'm very, very inspired to listening to the comments and everyone talking about this is their first garden bed and they're growing. I mean, it just really warms my heart. And I want you guys just to keep growing, to feed yourself, to nurse yourself, to get yourself healthy. And I just thank you guys because you inspire me too. So I'm gonna get finishing up on this, and I hope you guys have a great day, and I will look forward to seeing you guys later. Bye.